My name's Lizzie Powell and I'm Head of Operations at the London Apprenticeship Company. I look after the support team here, so we're responsible for quite a wide range of things. So anything that happens post an apprentice being placed into their job is our responsibility. So it might be some queries about things like pay, holiday, national insurance, that sort of thing. Or it can be all the way through to problems that apprentices or hosts are experiencing throughout the course of the placement. The support team helps line managers and host employers by really providing an outsourced HR service to them. That can come in various forms, so it might be that we give advice on how to manage certain situations. Some people may not have employed young people before, so may not know how to deal with certain situations, and we can really handle and deal with things that arise during the course of the apprenticeship and work alongside you in a sort of partnership arrangement really to make sure that things are successful. So it might be, for example, that a manager's got a problem with lateness, for example, of an apprentice, and the apprentice has been asked a couple of times about their lateness and things haven't improved. So we would then dispatch a member of our team essentially to come and deal with that at a convenient time, chat with the apprentice, talk things through. And what we tend to find is that as a third party in the arrangement, they tend to be a little bit more open with us, so we tend to find out about problems or concerns that might be going on in that individual's life or causing those certain problems where they might not disclose that generally to their line manager. So we can really help to draw that information out of the apprentice and really get a good picture of the situation to make sure we can resolve it properly. So recently we've had a situation where an apprentice has been being absent and late really without letting the line manager know, and it's caused quite a few problems in terms of them being able to plan what's going on for the day in their department. On actually going out and speaking to the apprentice, we actually found they'd been made homeless recently and they were currently sofa surfing, which really created a problem for them in terms of being able to have presentable clothes to turn up for work in, contacts to be able to call the host employer, and really just disrupted their whole lives to the point where they were finding it difficult to attend work. Now, had we not have gone in and spoken to the apprentice about that might never have come out and they may just have lost their placement. What we've actually managed to do with that particular apprentice is put in a plan where we've allowed them to have some of their annual leave to try and get things sorted. We put them in touch with the local council offices and the Citizens Advice Bureau to help them to make a plan for their housing situation, and also giving them some information to help them access the benefits that they're entitled to so that we can get them back on track. My apprentice support team is also responsible for managing the training of the apprentices that we employ. So that involves various things. Most of our apprentices at the recruitment day would have undertaken literacy and numeracy assessments. So based on that, we match them to a suitable framework around their apprenticeship and refer them to an appropriate provider for that framework. We also give them details of what their course is going to involve, how it's going to be structured, what time out of the workplace they're going to need, and how many times they'll be visited in the workplace by an assessor. We'll also pass that information on to their host employer as well to make sure everyone's got a good idea of what's going to go on throughout the course of the apprenticeship and can put dates and diaries in advance. We'll also do things like get them their unique learner number, which they need to apply for their apprentice discount Oyster card, which is always really useful for our apprentices because we find travel is quite a large cost for our apprentices based in London. Throughout the course of the apprenticeship, we then have various checkpoints with the training provider. So we will check in with the training provider and get updates on the progress of our apprentices, check that they're on target with their qualification, that they're attending all the lessons they need to, all that sort of thing, and then feed back to both the host and the apprentice at the review visits that the support team undertake. Once your apprentice has been given a start date, the support team will then ask the apprentice to come in and undertake the London Apprenticeship Company employment induction. That involves a variety of things. Firstly, we ask them to complete some paperwork, which is around tax, national insurance details and their bank details to ensure they get paid. We also take their personal details and everything that you would take as part of their personnel file. We then go through with them what is expected of them as an apprentice. So in terms of their behaviour, their conduct, what we expect them to do with mobile phones, things like that, which is quite a common problem, their internet access at work, those sorts of things, how we expect them to conduct themselves, how things are going to work during the course of the apprenticeship, and really give them an outline about how the relationship with London Apprenticeship Company, their host employer and themselves will work for the duration of that. The support team at the London Apprenticeship Company support over 450 apprentices, and between us we've got over 30 years experience in our team. There won't be a problem that we haven't come across before, so if you think this service would be useful, please do get in touch.